Yes. I heard that there's a ladybird and that she's a rockin' robin. Tweet, tweet. Mmm.
Throughout the last few months, I kept on seeing a title pop up on movie forums and websites and things like that, and that was Ladybird, question mark, possibly the best movie of the year. I didn't know anything about it, but I just kept on seeing the title, Ladybird, 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 so of course I had to check it out. So the real question is, what's it about? IMDb lists as follows. In 2002, an artistically inclined 17-year-old girl comes of age in Sacramento, California. What a great plot. The problem I've always had with coming-of-age films is that they don't really have plots. They don't have goals. They're not actually going anywhere. It's just about the character and how they grow as a person. If you try to explain what the plot of the movie is, you'll end up just telling facts about what happens in the movie, and you won't even really know where to stop because there is no starting or stopping point. It's just following somebody around in their life. So it's really difficult to talk about. So as far as best movie of the year goes, I have to say no, not even close. Let's get started. First up is the people category, and we're looking through the acting, characters, casting, importance, and chemistry. 3 of which of these get perfect scores, and that is the acting, which of course is brilliant. Saoirse Ronan, she doesn't always pick the best movies in general, but her acting ability is usually pretty decent. And the same applies here. Her family also does a really good job of portraying emotions. They're good actors, and because of that, I think I wouldn't mind saying that everybody here seems to be the right choice as far as casting is considered. They would work so well together. By the way, chemistry is the other part that gets full points. The things that I gave half points to were the characters and their importance to the plot. People score gets 8 out of 10 possible stars. Next up is the writing category, which goes through the dialogue, the balance of the film, depth of the story, how original it is, and how interesting it is. Again, we have 3 areas that got perfect scores, and that would be the dialogue, the story depth, and originality. While there isn't any kind of lines that you'll remember ultimately, I do believe that in the way that everybody talks is unique for the movie that makes it feel the way they want it to feel. As with most coming-of-age movies, one of the strengths they usually have is story depth, a person learning lessons that they need to learn on their own in order to grow up. Originality, it's a coming-of-age movie, and usually with coming-of-age movies, while they kind of feel similar to each other, they also feel quite unique at the same time. I gave half points to interesting because I didn't think it was that interesting. I gave 0 points to balance, as this is a coming-of-age film, which has 0 balance. Writing score gets 7 out of 10 possible stars. BTS score, that goes through the visuals, directing, editing, advertisement, and music. This time only 2 of these subcategories got full points, and that was the usual advertisement, right? So it's as advertised, which is great, but also the directing. I think it really had to do with storytelling in the sense of how the movie feels, the theme of the movie. Everything else gets half points in this category. The visuals aren't all that super impressive. Nothing stands out for that. Nothing about the editing was amazing in any way that stands out. I didn't really notice anything when it came down to the music or sound. BTS category gets 7 out of 10 possible stars. Narrative arc category goes through the introduction, inciting incident, obstacles, climax, and falling action. The introduction was fine, it kind of got you acquainted with who Ladybird is, and the falling action does a pretty good job of making things calm down and return to a new norm. Those get full points, everything else doesn't. I don't really think there is any inciting incident, as nothing seems to be adamant that changes things up and is a crossing of the threshold moment where you can't go back from. Nothing feels like that. The only real obstacle is life, and the climax is a little bit anticlimactic. Narrative arc only gets 6 out of 10 possible stars. Entertainment score. How entertaining was this movie that everybody says is the best of the year? Not very entertaining at all. This goes through rewatchability, fun experience, impulse to buy, impulse to talk, and if it sucks the audience in. There's only one of these subcategories that gets half points, and that is the fun experience. Do I have a good time while watching? certain elements I would say yes for, because you do actually like the character of Lady Bird. It didn't suck me in. I have no impulse to talk about it with anybody other than this review. I have no impulse to buy it or own it. I'm not going to be rewatching it either. Entertainment score only gets 1 out of 10 possible stars. Specialty category. Alright, these are the 5 questions that I wanted to know before I saw the movie. It is listed off as a comedy and drama, so we wanted to know about those. I wanted to know about Saoirse Ronan, so I wanted to know how she does in this one. As a coming-of-age movie, how well does this fit in as a coming-of-age movie versus other movies that I have seen as well, and was it halfway decent? As a comedy, I don't know why it is listed off as a comedy. There's nothing about it that I found funny, so that gets 0 out of 10 possible stars. As a drama, I can at least say that is dramatic enough to consider 10 out of 10 possible stars. Saoirse Ronan's part in the movie, I think she did a great job as always, although I would not be recommending this movie as one of her greatest films. I would be recommending The Lovely Bones, Hannah. She did a good job, so I'll at least give her half point and say 5 out of 10. As a coming-of-age tale, I think it did a good job in that element. However, I've seen better. So for this, I'm going to give it half point and say 5 out of 10 possible stars. Finally, was it halfway decent? I do believe that they made the movie that they intended to make, so I will give that 10 out of 10 possible stars. If we add up all those points, we get 59 out of 100 possible stars. 59%. Guys, tell me what you thought of Lady Bird in the comments down below, and if you could be so kind to subscribe to me, hit that like button, and hit that bell to be notified when I come out with my next movie review, which should be tomorrow if everything goes as planned. So, until then, guys, peace out and have a good day.